Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and normally I don't talk about this, but it's getting kind of weird since I've been following this celebrity since I was like a little kid. Like, they were very highly influential in my childhood growing up, and that one person is one half of the twins, Tia and Tamera Mowry. Now, if you guys don't know who Tia and Tamera Mowry is, they're twin sisters who are bestly known for their roles in Sister Sister, but other people know them from other roles as well. Tia from Melanie from The Game, Tamera, Doctor something from Strong Medicine, and just other shows as well as Twitches. You know, their little reality show that they've done together, and and 17 Again. Oh, I love 17 Again. Love me some 17 Again. That was such a good movie. But the reason why I want to talk about this is because Tia Mowry is kind of getting cringe, and that's not me trying to insult her or whatever, but I just noticed like the cringiness of how everything's becoming ever since she's divorced her husband, and it seems like she's like almost desperate for the attention or whatever and stuff like that. Like, she's always been doing like little funny little things or whatever, but it just seems like ever since she kind of divorced her husband, it seems like it's just been like attention seeking thing. It's just like, hey guys, I am available or whatever. And then she mentioned how hard it is to kind of date again because she hasn't dated since, you know, she was married with her husband for like almost 20 years, I would almost say. I think they dated for almost 9 years, and then got married for 11, and then they got 2 children together, Creed and Cairo. So that is something, you know, 2 children, almost 20 years of marriage together. That's a lot. And recently she divorced him, and she said that she had graduated from marriage, whatever the hell that means. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm not saying sometimes you have to leave your marriage, but it's kind of weird because it seems like she's like taking like cheap shots at Corey through her posting. I don't know, maybe I'm not the only one that's like noticing it. I'm not saying that other people haven't noticed it, and again, this isn't me trying to rag on her or whatever, because you guys love to be like, oh, as a guy you don't have no right to talk about it. But no, because I find it weird when these celebrity women they get a divorce from their husband, and it kind of like, oh, they were the problem in the relationship, or they didn't do this or they didn't do that, that's why they divorced them. And then, you know, I think some people mentioned how like he was since she had got with him when he was nothing, that, you know, he owed everything to her, which he thanks her. He always talks about, you know, without, you know, thanks to Tia, you know, he is where he is today. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where this hatred thing coming from or whatever. Come on, speed the hell up or something. Damn, all that damn driving slow. Shit. Y'all know I be doing this stuff live and stuff like that. This car is going below 30. Like, no, let's go. I have to get out the road or something. Move. But anyway, it's just kind of weird. Like, you divorce your husband, and now you're talking about it's kind of hard to you know, date, and then talking about the struggle of, you know, because when she announced her divorce, she went on this entire tour about, you know, women are happy, we need to learn how to put self first. And I see marriage as like, it's a tick for tack kind of thing. You know, not all the days are going to be perfect or whatever. And then, you know, as a wife, you know, you know, you kind of have a give and take. Not every day is going to be perfect with your spouse. Not every day is going to be perfect with your kids. But, you know, you have to find that balancing act. And honestly, I don't think she found that balancing act with Corey. I really don't. Especially since Corey is an actor just like she is, and she barely wanted to give him at first she didn't want to give him the time of day. You know what I mean? But then she gave him a chance, and they grew together, which I appreciate that kind of stuff. But then it also goes back to what I'd be hearing a lot of men talk about, which is true, is that most women don't want to grow and build with their guy. They already want somebody self-made, and then if they do help that man make it, they like to constantly remind them all the time or whatever. And this Corey, he's not going around on a war tour, posting on social media like, oh yeah, I'm happier than I ever been or whatever and stuff like that. Because it seemed like he wanted to be with her, but she was the one that didn't want to. She the one who didn't want to be with him. And I remember they were talking about it because I remember they did an interview, and she was talking about how I think when they wanted to have more kids, this is before a Cairo thing and all that stuff, how Tia would have the babies and their kids in there when they in the bedroom. So even if they wanted to work on their relationship or whatever, the children will still be in the bed past the age of like, hey, it's time for them to go in the bed or whatever and stuff like that. So it's kind of, it's just small little things I'm starting to notice, and I'm just like, I don't know, Tia, if it was a good idea to divorce your husband, because what's the best you're gonna find? Because people have to understand, like, when people see a public figure divorce their spouse, a lot of people start to worry or whatever. And like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna find an industry man or something like that? What you should have been doing, you should have been working together. You should have been trying to make it work and meet in the middle. And to me, it don't seem like Tia was meeting in the middle with her husband. That's what it looks like to me. Now, I'm not saying that they haven't, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, times are tough, and I feel like you go through the storm of your relationship, and I feel like if you really want this to work, you gotta put some work into it. And it just seemed like, to me, she didn't want to put the work in it, because how her sister talked about, oh my God, oh, my sister's just the happiest she's ever been, and stuff like that. And it's just like, and I think that's what's wrong with a lot of women today, is that they think that their happiness is supposed to come above their family. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you're not allowed to, you got to be happy, but you got to find happiness in yourself. You can't put your happiness into your children and into your husband and then expect it to always be or whatever, and expect them to be your source of happiness. You have to find happiness on your own within your marriage. Not, oh man, did he make me mad this time, or I'm mad at this and it just seems like I'm never happy or whatever. No, it's not, don't put it on him, put it on yourself, because you do have to find the happiness within yourself, not him. He should not be your end all be all to your happiness. And that's just the bottom line truth, As much as people want to believe that, oh, your spouse is supposed to do this, that, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. No, y'all, it's a partnership. For better or for worse, marriage, sickness and health and all that kind of stuff. And it just seems like nowadays people don't want the for better or for worse. They only want for better, and that's it. Without thinking about, oh, this happiness, there's going to be more worse than there is better sometimes in your relationship. And y'all been together for 20 years. There's going to be some times where y'all it's going to irritate y'all. But that's when you work through it. That's when you fight through it. But I don't know. I just feel like she's like throwing these little jabs at Corey, and I don't think Corey's a bad guy or whatever and stuff like that. But it's just like, you see these comments about like, yeah, girlfriend, you don't need him. You can do bad all by yourself and stuff like that. No, stop with this whole women be bad all by themselves and stuff like that. She need to be trying to figure out what she did wrong in the relationship that caused her to want a divorce? Because clearly it don't seem like Corey wanted a divorce or anything. And then if that's the case, if this relationship is, if you don't want nobody to know what's going on in your relationship or whatever, oh, please give me time or whatever and stuff like that. Why did you go on an entire tour about it? You know what I'm saying? You're milking the fact that you're divorcing him. And it's just like, as a woman, we got to figure out our happiness, and it can't be about our children and our husbands and stuff. Like, why not? You need to find yourself within that relationship. You can't put all of your hopes and dreams and everything into your spouse and your children. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, it's kind of weird, and I don't know. I don't like this little subtle jabs, like she's liking people's comments who like talk bad about Corey sometimes, and it's almost like she's playing the victim. But if you really cared, or if you didn't really want this or whatever, you would have stayed with your husband. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you discovered him when he was down on his luck and he was a fixer-upper or whatever. But like your sister did. Your sister got a white man, and she got her a man that wanted to grow and do more with his wife and be with his wife. And I'm quite sure they have bad days too. I'm quite sure they have arguments too. But they probably make it work, because he come probably from a family where his mom and dad probably taught him like, hey, you got to make this work. And I know there's been some times where I heard her and her sister always talk about the advice that her mom and dad would give them for their marriage, even though they got divorced later on in life. But it was just like, it was like probably 5 years ago they got divorced. But so they've been together for a long time. But even then, it's just like, if you want to make all of this work, you gotta give and take. You can't just think that the world's gonna be perfect and then you get a divorce from your husband and then everything was just gonna be easy after that. No, it's gonna be some work, and it's gonna be something that you're gonna have to willing to do. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird, honestly. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, because I see this all the time where you see these black celebrities divorce their spouse, and especially when it comes to the women, and then they go on this whole entire book tour about divorcing and not being with their man, and then they don't know if they really wanted some children, or he wanted children but you didn't want children, or he wanted to do something more, you didn't want to do something more. And it's just like, damn, if you're not going to be willing to do anything with your husband or whatever, or waste his time, then you kind of get what you deserve, if that makes sense. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Don't get me wrong, I still love Tia. I love both the twins. I'm just saying, it was just kind of awkward just seeing her on social media and going on this little tour about her divorce and graduating, and now talking about it's hard as hell to to find dates. Well, duh, of course. You're past your prime. I don't know what makes you think people are going to want to get with you, especially after what they see you've done with your husband. Men look at that. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.